topic that I wanted to bring up was just kind of like hype beast brands or drops in general. And again, my buddy Zach, super glad he let me borrow this J Cape, which honestly was a joy to review. Like I really do like this knife. It has, and I didn't mention it in my video, but it has a really like awesome metallic ping to it when you fire the action. I mean, this thing is all around, I think it's a great knife, but it got me thinking about these like hype brands, whether they're half-face blades or, you know, any of the fixed blades, half-face blades puts out, etc., whatever. This was no exception where, like, for instance, and bear with me for a second, like if I'm looking up the details on a Chris Reeves on, I can go to Chris Reeves' website and I can get everything. Like, I mean, there's more information about this knife than I will ever need to make a review or, most importantly, make a decision. And I've said it in my past videos, but in this day and age, like a lot of people are buying knives sight unseen on the internet. So you don't have the details, you don't have the hand feel. It's not like you're going into a brick and mortar store and putting something in your hand and saying, yeah, wow, no, that's the knife for me. All of these hype brands, something obscene is not excluded from that. You kind of just have to you kind of have to go for it, and that just, it lends me to believe, and no one is talking about this, but it's so true. You don't know what the hell you are buying. You really don't. Like, I mean, the like whatever, whether it's a preview, whatever, like you cannot tell me that for $600+ you're making an informed decision on a knife, and that is exponentially worse with brands like half-face blades, where the day of or the day before, if you're lucky, they'll drop pictures of what is dropping the next day, but you don't have time to look at the specs, to do whatever. So all of these people are spending $600 to $1,400 based on what a knife looks like, which is like good for those companies. Like, I congratulate you. Like, that's awesome. Like, if you can get away with not listing the specs of something that's over $500 and you're just like, look at this idiot, buy it, you have 3 seconds. Yep, I'll buy it. If you have that relationship with your consumers, you've made it. Like, that's awesome, but it is worth mentioning because I feel the same way about this knife, and it's not any different either from, like, I was thinking about the Strider PT, right? When I reviewed that and I was trying to find information on it, this something obscene is no different. Any half-face blade is no different either. You can't find information about these knives online. So even if right now someone hit me up and they're like, hey, I got this something obscene 3.5, like J Cape, I'll sell it to you, whatever. I can't even look up, unless I get lucky on Reddit or something, I can't even look up the stats for this knife, which is kind of troubling to me when, like, great companies like Chris Reeve, right? Like, I mean, you can go on the website and look up every single stat you could want before dropping that amount of money, but it just kind of speaks to us, I think, as a society and like hype beasts, blah, 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 like writ large. People are just buying shit because it's exclusive, because I can post an Instagram picture with this and be like, hey, you don't have that? I have that. Like, it's kind of crazy, right? And so it just got me kind of like thinking about it, where I was like, man, like, I hate that about it. And some of these like hype beast companies, and now that I think I'm up to like, you know, over 100 videos now, those are the hardest ones to look up, because even if you try to look up the stats on a knife after the fact, you can't even find the stats of it, which is, it's crazy to me. It's like it drops and then it's like, okay, it never happened. You can't even look up information on it. And I kind of take issue with that, and it goes into my calculus when I decide what knives I